I think I'm ready to hit that live button.
Hit it.
I've hit it now. The event.
You hit it.
The event is starting. We are now. I think we're now officially live. We are officially live. And
Yep, it says we're live now.
yeah.
We're live now. You can see us.
Welcome all. Welcome.
Welcome.
Hello everyone. Welcome to 2018. Welcome to 2018. So exciting. It's the first live chat of the year.
I can't believe it feels like we've been in this year for so long.
It does.
Like I can't believe that we are only just now doing our first FF chat.
Yeah, it's quite crazy actually. Yeah, it feels like it's been a while, but yeah, hopefully everyone had a really great new year and holiday season. I'm going to start off by saying, what did everyone get up to? Hopefully you had a good time, got some good presents and everything. Obviously though, today we are going to be talking about Dissidia NT because A, it's already out in Japan. B, the open beta is live and I'm sure you guys have already all been playing it to death. And C, the game comes out in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
I can't believe that.
Which is nuts.
I know. It feels like only yesterday that we were like talking about the possibility of Dissidia coming to consoles, and we're just like, it has to come.
Yeah.
Like it has to.
Oh man. So I guess first off, I want to ask everyone, aside from the new year and everything, how many of you guys have actually downloaded the beta yet? I know that we did a poll the other day, which I think we had almost 1,000 people respond to. A lot of people said that they were planning on downloading it or had already downloaded it, but there were some people that just said they're waiting to play the full game. Like they don't want to play the beta; they just want to like hold off and wait to play the full game when it comes out.
So many of you.
We also had people that just said they weren't interested in Dissidia NT, which is fair enough.
Yeah, it's not everybody's cup of tea.
I don't know how many of you guys are going to be on today's live chat, but if you are, then hopefully we can have a discussion with it and you can ask questions as to why people are excited about it. But either way, so we have downloaded the beta, got it pretty quickly, I think, and Lauren actually dove into it first. Lauren was able to get straight in there, did all the tutorials,
went right for the head,
played some Gauntlet, and then went into online matchmaking.
Yeah, and my first impression was I was pretty freaking pissed off.
It's great first impression.
Great first impression. But no, my problem was the fact that there was like 2 characters that I really wanted to play. Just because I liked them and I was really curious about their playing style, and neither of them were in the game. It was Titus. I really wanted to see. Oh no, 3. Titus.
What, 4? 5? 6?
No, Titus, Shantoto, and Kefka. I really wanted to play as them, and the fact that you can see the AI play as them, but you can't play as them yourself. I'm just kind of like, why? Why would you treat me so cruelly?
Well, I think, I'm not confirmed on this, but I think they're going to rotate characters.
Oh, okay.
So these are just like the initial ones that got. Someone confirm for me, please, because this is what I've heard. But I believe they're going to be rotating characters. So these are the ones that they're going live with, but I think like mid next week, they're going to switch them out and have other ones that you can play as.
Okay.
I think.
Well, if they do that, that would be nice. But then again, I also don't want to lose my Lightning or my Terra, because I like both of them.
Try XZ. I was really looking forward to playing Ace. I'm a big Type 0 fan.
Yeah, Ace. That would be good. That's my 4th.
I wouldn't say I was disappointed they had Ramza as the kind of spin-off character available, but
you were disappointed.
I wanted to see Ace.
I know.
But it's good to see, so the people confirming, there's going to be a rotation of characters, so you'll get the chance to play
Tara's
other
going,
people.
No, I like Tara.
Well, it's a beta.
She's a good range.
You've just got to wait like 2 weeks until the game actually comes out, and then you can play as whoever you want.
But I don't have patience, Daryls.
That's
just not in my vocabulary.
But
no.
So how did you feel the experience? Did you enjoy it?
I mean, there were some things that I was a bit unsure about. Like I was talking to you about, like there were some things in the tutorial, in the advanced tutorial, that I couldn't really like grasp my head around. but I could still win. Like, some of the mechanics are a bit dodgy. Like, I mean, the fact that like you can't recover from somebody's combo that easily is hard. I don't know if that, like, I don't know how much of that is me, and I don't know how much of that is them.
I think it's just experience. Like, the
But,
more you
like-
play, the more you'll
Like
understand
dodging
about recovering.
attacks,
And, yeah.
like dodging attacks once they've gotten to their whole little thingy is just really hard. And it's also, I find it really hard to cooperate with other people.
It's no different from any other online games, right? So
Yeah.
So I don't know how many of you guys have played League of Legends over the years, but we used to play League of Legends, and obviously if we were playing on the same team, you can talk to each other and you can tell each other what you're planning on doing. If you're playing with completely randomers, then you're kind of reliant on the text chat, which would be okay, but it isn't really. You don't really want to be text chatting while actually doing something.
No,
it's not the best
definitely
thing.
not on the PlayStation.
So obviously with Dissidia, if you're playing with a party, so I played with Barry, Neutron Zero, and it was fun. Like, we could kind of talk about what was going on. I would say, I'm going to go and do the crystal now, and then he would say, great, now you've left me 2-on-1 and I'm going to die, and I'd be like, okay, you can deal with that, I'll be back in a second. It's great.
Yeah.
But I think it's just one of those things. Like, if you have a set party you're going to play with, then it's obviously, you're probably going to have more fun, I'd say, because you can plan around things, you know what's going on. Because that was one of the things that I found, that you kind of get absorbed in your own little bubble, and like, you can obviously check the minimap quite a lot, but and you can see who's targeting you, but we would have fights where we'd kind of know what the two of us were doing because we were talking to each other. I had no idea what the other guy was doing.
No. Like, the maps are so huge as well. Like, you just kind of feel like you get lost. But I mean, I think it's a fun experience. I definitely like playing, and I want to go back and play more and play as the other characters. There's like an X mode, Javier, like
the EX mode is not anywhere near the same as it used to be in the original Dissidias. They've now got it so it's like a timed bar. So there's 3 moves. There's one where it's like forward and triangle, and then there's back and triangle, and that'll be stuff like
poison
buffs,
gun,
or like a debuff. And then there's an actual EX move.
I think lightning's is like master skill, and then there's an EX move. So like Terra turns into Esper form,
but only for a short period of time.
Yeah,
like Skull does. He draws stuff from the opponent. So yeah, there are kind of EX moves in there, but they're not anywhere near as powerful as they used to be. I think someone, I can't remember who it was, but they mentioned the story earlier.
Yeah, I keep seeing about the story.
I mean, like, I don't know if I'm going to offend anyone by saying this, but it's kind of bugged me, the fact that people have been upset about the story. Like, okay, so I get the fact that it's slightly annoying that Dissidia's story plays out in this kind of, you have to unlock stuff and then you have to go and spend those points and blah 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 blah. But like, the quality of the previous Dissidia game stories was not that great. Like, I remember when Dissidia, the first one, was being talked about, and they had all these claims about how great the story was going to be and all this stuff, but really the quality was nowhere near the standard of a main numbered Final Fantasy game. It just wasn't. And like, I mean, sure, if there's going to be a story thrown in there, it helps to give the game some cohesion and a reason to carry on playing. But I would not be interested in playing Dissidia for its story.
No.
Like, put it that way.
The one thing that I would love would have been if they kind of treated it like World of Final Fantasy and kind of made the characters quite jokey with each other. Like, just kind of made a joke out of some things. Because, like, at the moment, Terra's just like, I want to fight for my friends and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, calm down.
Well, they've tried to make it so that every single character adheres to the personality they have in the game.
Although I will say it's brilliant now that, yes, Rachel, I think, was the first one who said about it, but like the fact that I now have Lightning say meow meow chuka chow is just stellar. Game of the year. Just gone.
Game of the year on that basis.
Game of the year right now.
Like, I mean, it's difficult to tell. Obviously, like, the Japanese version's already out, so everyone who cares about that can already see the story. As someone said, like, Lemon Eat Cow has already done a lot of videos about the story of the Japanese version. And, like, I mean, yeah, I'm not expecting it to be the next great Final Fantasy narrative. It's a collection of small cutscenes that throw all these characters together. But they, from what I understand, they generally go around in like their little groups, and they will generally have cutscenes with the same people. But yeah, like it never was this massive coherent story. It just wasn't. So I'm not too bothered. I mean, obviously the open beta has 4 cutscenes in there. They don't really explain that much. They're very short. You don't get to see many of the characters. I have to say though that I did really love Shantoto, because obviously she still has the rhyming mechanics. Everything she says has to rhyme.
Yeah.
And it's just so adorable.
I know. She's so cute. I just love her so much. But yeah, no, they did say that there is going to be a returning female character. So hopefully we'll get a returning female character. I mean, Daryl and I have been talking about it, and we think that maybe it will be like Yuna.
No, I think it's going to be Tifa.
But they're saying like if it goes from Final Fantasy 8 onward, it's where the cutoff point is, because obviously 7 is now in the lower half.
But I mean, like Tifa has been the real character that everyone's been requesting.
I know.
She was
that would
really
be the
popular
obvious
before.
Choice.
The only reason they didn't include her in the first Dissidia is just because Cloud is the main character. You know, it has to be Tifa.
Yeah.
Like Yuna is popular, but I don't think she was necessarily that popular to play as, because it was Summoner Yuna.
I think it's just hard to know because of the fact that they're saying the later half of the main games.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it being Yuna. I just
don't know. I just don't know what they mean by that.
I still want some clarification around. I know we're jumping around here and not necessarily about the open beta again, but obviously they've said the 6 characters roughly that are going to be in the season pass. They've given some cryptic clues. I still want some clarification around whether there's going to be characters released outside of the DLC, because they've said that they're going to continue with a rough release schedule that they had before the release of Dissidia NT, which was a character, I'd say roughly every 2 months. Sometimes they did them shorter, but like if that's the case, then it means that obviously those 6 characters will take a year to come out.
I mean, that is the thing, though, because they have also said that Square Enix, they plan on adding the rest of the characters from the original game in Dissidia NT anyway. So, like,
both Tifa and
Yuna will be in it at some point. They just might not be in it in the first, one of them just might not be in it in the first round.
Obviously has to be added in. Laguna has to be added in. Anyone else? I don't think there's that many that they didn't put in.
I mean, there was a few new ones that they were talking about, which would be interesting. I don't think anybody from spin-offs are coming. I don't know.
No, because they kind of mentioned
4 men and 2 women. So let's see. So we got number 1 is a male new from newer half of the numbered Final Fantasy titles.
Zach,
I have a feeling that could be
Arden.
That could be Arden, which would be awesome.
But then, so the ones that they've actively talked about are Zach Fair. They've talked about Locke Cole. Obviously, he appeared in the stage play as well. Yeah. And another one that Kujiraka recently said he wanted to add was Delita from Final Fantasy Tactics, which would kind of work as the antithesis of Ramza, I guess. But I mean, like we can guess all day. Yeah. We can guess all day, but I mean, obviously they've said that it's down to popularity. I don't know how they're determining that popularity.
I mean, that would be cool as well, because you have like Vivi could be one of the newer half as well. Yeah, I would love if Vivi was one of them.
I would love for them to add Noel as well.
I know, Noel would be really cool. There's a lot of characters that I would love to come in. I mean, I think it would be great to just include a load.
Anyway, getting back to
it's at least as like almost as many as there are in Opera Omnia.
Lawrence, okay, come on. Getting back to the beta, I don't know how many people answered the question. How many of you guys have actually downloaded it? How many of you guys are enjoying it? The question I really want to ask is, who are you playing as? Yeah. Because when I was playing it online, I pretty much saw the same 4 characters. Everyone was either playing as Squall, Cloud,
Lightning.
Lightning was there, and then Zidane. I think that was pretty much it. I saw no one playing as. Well, actually, no. There was a couple of Warrior of Light. Didn't see anyone playing as Furion. No one playing as Ramza. No one playing as Cecil or Golbez.
I played as either Lightning or Terra.
I didn't see anyone playing as Terra either.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm interested to see what everyone's been playing as. I fell into the stereotype. I was playing as Squall a lot.
Mm-hmm. I know. I was like, oh my gosh. Good job, Daryls. What did you think of Golbez? Because you played like Golbez.
I didn't like Golbez that much. No, I kind of preferred.
He looks kind of like a.
I did experiment with a couple. I think I much prefer playing as Yosh Tola compared to Golbez. I did enjoy playing as Bartz for a little bit as well.
You didn't like Ramza, I remember.
Ramza was okay. I think it's just that because I'd been playing as Squall.
So you're quite used to it being like fast paced.
Yeah, and Ramza was similar in terms of he's a melee character, but he does also have some ranged magic as well. But Squall was very much about it's lots of hits, like lots of little quick hits and stuff, whereas Ramza was more like, I'm going to hit you once and I'm going to do some damage.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, how some of the mages are. Like Yosh Tola was very much like that. I just really want to play Shantoto. I just like Shantoto. I really hope that she's fun to play as.
And I want to see what they do sort of with because obviously we have like this sort of mages who are the mages who can hit long distance. But I wonder what they're going to do about Titus.
Oh, I should say, since we've got like over 100 of you guys in here, Lauren's going to put a link in the chat to the Discord channel.
Yes.
So if you are wanting to play with people either in the open beta or when Dissidia NT actually comes out, we've got a Discord channel. There's a Dissidia channel set up specifically so you can try and find people to play as if you want to just casually play, if you want to set up proper parties that you want to play as. That's the place to go. So you'll be able to just find people really, really easily and share your experiences of what's going on, who you're playing as, how you're getting on. Lauren's going to put that link in there now. No, do the other one because that one expires.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one. There you go. I don't know how many... yeah, there is a Discord. Go, Lawrence. Go.
Sorry, okay, switching between Parallels and Mac is not easy. All right. But yeah, join that. And also, on top of that, we have our giveaway that's still happening. Yes. So if you... I'll send a link to the video, which has all the information on how to enter. You can win either a wintry Moogle or you can win a 30th anniversary Chocobo or Moogle if you...
Oh, no,
like us on Patreon.
I said there were over 100 people in there. Now it's dropped down to 98.
No.
Oh, 96. People just want to mess with my stats. Oh, back up to 99. Like come on, more people. But yeah, I said I've been I was playing a Squall. I was enjoying it quite a lot. I went on a big win streak. I think I won like my first 6 or 7 games online, and then I lost my next 6. So it evened out eventually.
I know. I won like a few. I haven't really played it much in the last couple of days just because we've been editing videos, which is fun. But from what I did play, I did win as Lightning quite a bit. It's just easy to play as her. It's just she's just kind of a few hits and done.
I think that's the thing. Like there's so many characters, especially with the final version, that there's always going to be a character that kind of suits your playstyle. And obviously they've melded them into different types of characters. So you've got like the marksmen, the assassins, you've got the specialists. I know that
just lost internet.
Online or in the arcade, Vaughn was very popular. Just because I think he's quite a unique character. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how things go once the game actually comes out. In terms of like what the open beta actually offers, I don't know. I was kind of a bit perturbed about the fact they put a load of stuff in there that you just couldn't do.
Yeah, I guess they kind of have to.
You can earn gil, but you can't spend it because the shop isn't there.
Yeah, that was a bit annoying. I was just like, great, I have all this gil, nowhere to spend it.
Like the leveling up of characters and players, like you can only level up like two levels, and so you can't really do anything. Like you can't customize your characters or anything like that. So that kind of annoyed me a little bit. Like, I'd have preferred they just took it out and it wasn't there as an option,
Yeah.
as opposed to just doing like. I mean, I don't know what the maximum level is going to be for characters or your player, but letting it to level 3 and then stopping doesn't really seem that great. Like, it's just.
Yeah. Well, it almost kind of feels like I don't want to do the higher level AI things, because am I just going to have my ass handed to me? Like, do I have to be a higher level in order to do platinum games or whatever?
Oh, it goes up way higher than that.
Well, there's like
Yes, it goes Mithril, and then it's
Mithril,
Diamond,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
then there's something ahead of Diamond as well.
Yeah.
Can't
So
remember what
I'm
it goes
just like, do you have to be higher level for those ones as well?
Yeah. But
Or
in
does
terms
it
of
not
like,
really matter?
so how many of you guys actually played the original Dissidia and then Duodecim? Because there's a couple of people that are commenting on about the fact that they feel that Dissidia NT is kind of more basic than the original Dissidia, and I guess I'd kind of agree with that. Like, and I don't know if that's just because they went with the 3v3 combat instead of the 1v1, which obviously the original was. To be honest, given that they're working with Team Ninja, who obviously are like specialists in gameplay, like the Ninja Gaiden series is like very renowned for its like tight gameplay. Obviously, they've had years of working on Dead or Alive. I was kind of disappointed with the gameplay of Dissidia NT, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
Like,
it's really
it felt,
simple.
It felt like, yeah, it felt basic. And I'll see you, Bahamut Zero.
Oh, bye, Bahamut Zero.
And yeah, like it didn't really feel like there was much to it. Like, you can only do a certain amount of moves, and like, I guess if you put it in the, like we were talking about, in the context of something like League of Legends, it's the same. Like, there's 5 things you can do.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like for a fighting game, it feels quite static.
Yeah.
And also, there's times when you literally have no idea what's going on. Like, you can like be squaring off against one guy, and then you can just get smacked in the back, and then you just get comboed for a lunge, then you die. If someone does a summon, then the entire screen just goes to crap. You have no idea what's going on.
No. No, you just kind of hope to God you don't get hit. But that never happens. You just get hit no matter what.
But yeah, I was kind of expecting it to be more like much smoother.
Yeah.
The game to be much smoother. And I don't know if it's just because it's like the control schemes is like quite strange, but the controls irked me a bit. I think I saw someone earlier who's saying that they were frustrated about the lack of customization of the controls, or how it's difficult to change the controls. But yeah, like I felt like that sometimes, like, the moves that I wanted to do just didn't play out. Like,
yeah,
it's confusing to. There's lots of buttons that do similar things. Like, if you want
Yeah.
to target the crystal, or then you've got to hold down the triggers. If you want to target the nearest person, you got to tap the triggers. If you want
Yeah.
to cycle left and right, you got
that
to
was
do this
just
and
so
that.
irritating. Tried to focus on the core. I honestly, like, I wish that the crystals weren't in the main game. Like, I remember when I was initially playing, you were just like, you're playing core battle, aren't you? And I was just like, no, I'm playing a regular game. And you're just like, but there's a crystal. And I'm like, well, it's because it's the regular battle. And I just didn't like that system.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess it's an experience thing, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
But there were times where, you know, I squared off against someone and I got hit by a brave combo, and then I got hit by against a wall. Then before I can react, I get hit by another brave combo, and then I get comboed by his teammate, and then I'm dead.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I literally could not do anything.
You couldn't do anything.
Which, you know, it's clearly going to be an experience thing. But as I said, like, from a gameplay perspective, it seemed very similar to the PSP version, and I don't know if that was their objective. Like, they wanted to try and be as close to the PSP version as possible. But I would have thought, and I guess some people are agreeing, that I would have thought they would have tried to advance the gameplay
Yeah.
to make it much better. Like, it's
like, that's the thing.
It's a PS4 game, not
Like,
a PSP game.
Yeah, like, it's fair enough if you want to have them only have like 3 moves or so, but like, those moves have to be predictable, and they have to be able to.
Predictable.
Well, not necessarily predictable, but able to flow.
You missed my World of Final Fantasy reference.
Yes, but able to flow together, because you think about League of Legends, like Tristana, who I used to play with as a lot. She has her jump move. You jump in front of somebody, you blow them back. Like, you have the ba ba da ba, and I just don't feel like I have that with.
You can't combo the moves together.
No, and it's really annoying. Like,
and I guess that's the thing that's kind of bugged me in terms of like it's basic. It's like you do one move, it has maybe a chain on it, and then so they've implemented some mechanics so that if you end a move, then if you dodge, then you don't get stunned off, or you don't stop
you
afterwards.
Get protected.
Why did that need to be in there? Like, why couldn't they just make it so that after you do a move, you can just do whatever you want? Why do they have to have like a cooldown period where you can't defend yourself or whatever?
Yeah.
But like, it's not like you can do a brave move and then you can combo with other brave moves. It's just you do this brave move and then you're done. You do that brave move and then you're done. Because
like in the tutorial, it was so funny when they were just like, do a combo with a friend, and I'm just like, how? Like, I just feel like we're both just kind of attacking the person. We're not actually comboing together. We're just coming up and just beating the same person. Wow, that's revolutionary.
But yeah, I mean, like, honestly, the mechanics though, in terms of like the brave system, the HP system, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Like it feels a lot simpler, I think, than before. The only times I'm really confused is when you get the guy down to 0 brave and then you do your HP attack and it doesn't kill them. Yeah. I don't know. That's happened sometimes. I don't know if that's the thing. Also, and I guess that's the point of the beta, I think we had one match where the lag was just unbearable. Like, I know that there have been people talking about the lag, but it wasn't. I don't know. It was weird. It just like the frame rate just died. It didn't feel like lag where I was jumping around the screen everywhere. Things just went really slow. I don't know if anyone else has had that happen or not.
And Emerald Weapon, I haven't seen anything about leaks.
I saw the leak. We can talk about that in a bit. Well, we're about the half an hour mark. I didn't put too much credence into that leak, to be honest.
I'm curious now. You've perked up my little spoiler
What was the
ears.
leak? All right, we can move on to the leak. So the leak said that the first part of the Final Fantasy VII Remake was going to come out in the first part of 2019. They said it was going to be up until the Tiny Bronco. They also said that there was a Final Fantasy Versus 15 was still in development. It was going to be an alternative version of Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, but they've been saying that forever.
They said that Final Fantasy 16 was in development, but they didn't have a release date for it, I think. I don't know, there wasn't really that much substance to it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like, okay, great, like, we have a leak, but what does it actually do for you, really?
Yeah.
Like, it just kind of is like, oh, I really want to see. It's just the gossip. It's the gossip thing, isn't it? You just kind of are like,
and it's...
oh, I want to see what's happening. But, like, nobody, unless you're actually in it, like, you don't actually know what is going to happen. And if anything, it might let you up for failure.
Yeah, and it's honestly why we don't really report on most of the leaks, because most of them are just trash. And even if they are true, it's not really that, like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like with the story leaks and everything for Final Fantasy 15, I just didn't want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there were some leaks that we covered, like the Final Fantasy 15 delay, but that was much more serious. And it wasn't like, in 3 years' time, this game might come out.
Yeah.
It was, the game's being delayed in 2 days' time.
I mean, like, my curiosity gets the better of me at times. I am a bit like Pandora's box. I like to peek. But at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, it just, it's kind of just news just for the sake of news.
Yeah, and like some people have been reporting on it, and the whole thing is the leak came from 4chan.
Yeah, but
and
you never just.
The thing is though, there's some credibility because the story leaks that happened around Final Fantasy 15, although not all completely true because things were changed, there was a bulk of it that was correct, and that came from 4chan. But if you guys remember, I think this time last year there was a leak on 4chan that did talk about a lot of stuff that didn't materialize relating to Final Fantasy 15. They said there was going to be a World of Versus announcement at E3, didn't happen.
Yeah.
Now, that's not to say that there isn't a World of Versus in development. We just don't know, and there's been nothing to say that there is officially.
And it's better to just keep it until Square Enix actually says something. Because, you know, they have a track record of saying things too early.
Yes.
So
yes, they do.
Really, you're in luck because chances are they'll announce it way too early and then you'll have to wait 10 years to get it anyway.
Twin Tails Gaming. What do you think about the Final Fantasy moving away from turn-based? I mean, like, as we said in the video that we just did, they've been moving away from turn-based for a long time. Anyway, it's not really been something that is too surprising to me. As I said in the video, I think the reason that we're in the position that we are now is because they never intended for Final Fantasy 15 to be Final Fantasy 15. Like, they've always been happy to experiment with spin-off titles, and that's exactly what it was supposed to be. Final Fantasy Versus 13 was a spin-off title, so it being an action RPG was completely legitimate. It was completely fine because Final Fantasy 13 was the main game, and that was a derivative of a turn-based system. Now that Final Fantasy Versus 13 has become Final Fantasy 15, they've had a main series game as an action RPG, which has kind of thrown the cat amongst the pigeons because now they're in a situation where they've brought a load of new people in who really enjoyed the fact it was an action RPG. They've got the old guard who are just like, what the hell is this action RPG crap?
Yeah.
Like, I want turn-based.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy is about turn-based. It's the biggest franchise. If they want to do turn-based, it will sell.
Yeah.
So they've kind of shot themselves in the foot to a degree because I don't know where they go. Like, obviously Katase has said there isn't going to be a return to turn-based combat. And obviously he's a very influential guy within Square Enix. But if they suddenly said, okay, the next Final Fantasy game is being developed by B3, well, that's nothing to do with Katase.
Yeah.
So they can do whatever they want over there. They don't have to listen to what he says.
Really, it's a bit dicey him saying that, because by him saying that, it's, if they ever do go back to turn-based, they'll be like, well, Katase, you said this before. I mean, Daryl and I had a massive conversation about this earlier. And, I think it's annoying because this is probably one of the only games of its kind, or one of the only series of its kind, where they've, completely changed the way that the gameplay works so much within the main numbered series. Because I was basically saying, I was comparing it to Mario. So you have Mario 1, 2, 3. All right, so they are different. The gameplay is different, but at their fundamental base, they are platformers. Mario 3 and Mario 1 are a bit more similar than Mario 2. But at the end of the day, it's a platformer game. You follow Mario and whatever, But then you move on to Mario 64. Mario 64 is 3D. It's not Mario 4. It's Mario 64. And then you have Mario Galaxy and Mario Galaxy 2 and Mario Sunshine, whatever it was. So, I liked the way Nintendo did it, where you never really felt like you were getting shafted from the original games, because they've done the original games. They're done. They've gone through them. They're fine. If you want to play the original platformers, you can go and play them. But we're doing this at the moment. But it's not a part of the original series. It's just using the same characters. They're very upfront. This is the platformer ones. These are spin-offs with the same characters, but they're completely different games. Whereas Final Fantasy didn't do that. They went from 1 all the way to 9... all the way to 10, and then they were just like, no, wait, we're gonna do a MMO, which is what?
Well, they also had the original 3 games were hardcore turn-based.
Yeah.
Then 4 through 9
but they evolved
were ATB system,
yeah.
and then 10 was turn-based, and then
but they 11
was still turn-based though.
Yeah, but it was an online game. It's a completely different type of experience to someone who's just playing a turn-based game that they just want to get through the story and then be done. And also, listening to what you said about Final Fantasy 11, it required a lot of teamwork and stuff. I didn't want a lot of teamwork with my Final Fantasy experiences. I wanted to play them from beginning to finish and then maybe talk to somebody afterwards about it, but I just kind of wanted to have my experience with it. So, already it split the fans, completely. And then Final Fantasy 12 came out, and yes, I know you said that it was still kind of turn-based, but it was more on the MMO side. So then they split the base even more. And then 13 went back to turn-based and actually evolved it a bit. And that I liked.
Well, 13 was kind of a combination of 12 and 10 Part 2.
Yeah, but I liked it. Like, I thought that it still kind of felt like a turn-based, just a very advanced form of turn-based. And then 14, they went back to MMO. And then 15, they went action RPG. So it's just kind of like, it's all cool. It's all cool. It's just that you've split your fan base significantly. Couldn't these games have been spin-offs instead of being Final Fantasy 11 through 15? Like, they just don't, they've really shot themselves in the foot, because it's just like,
well, no matter what they do now with Final Fantasy 16, they're going to disappoint someone.
Yeah.
Because they've now got a big group of people who want an action RPG.
And it almost is like they're kind of treading water, because they're just like,
well, the Final Fantasy 7 remake's gonna further push people down the action RPG route too.
There's that, but then they're also just like, wait, we have Tokyo RPG Factory over here, and wait, we have World of Final Fantasy over here. So see, you turn-based people are still getting what you want.
And that was the kind of thing. So
but it's
obviously,
just kind of like, well,
a couple of weeks ago, our good friend, the old peasant, did a video about this. But Matsuda he said in an interview that he liked what Tokyo RPG Factory were doing turn-based. They're going back to their roots, and they're trying to modernize their systems. And he hoped that the bigger games would be able to take a similar approach. And you could infer from that he's saying that he hopes the bigger games can incorporate turn-based systems, but he didn't specify Final Fantasy. He didn't specify what older mechanics he wanted to put in play. Then obviously you got Katase coming out and saying, well, actually, there's not going to be a return to turn-based systems.
Yeah.
But that's just within his team. But then he's got Mobius, which is a turn-based game.
Yeah.
But then again, Mobius also isn't a main series game.
Yeah.
And Katase...
But they decided to put their best people on it.
Well,
like, they put Toriyama and Ojima.
Katase is working on the Final Fantasy VII Remake as well, which is going to go on for how many years, which is obviously not going to be a turn-based game.
Nope. It's really hard. But yeah, like, you guys saying, like, you love 14. I love 14. I think 14's a great game. It's not a main numbered Final Fantasy game, though. Like,
in your opinion?
In my opinion.
It literally is.
In my opinion, it is. It
is.
It literally is. But it shouldn't be in there. It should have been Final Fantasy Online
2
was Final Fantasy 11. Final Fantasy Online 2 was Final Fantasy 14. You think about it with World of Warcraft. They had Warcraft games forever. Like, Warcraft games ran along StarCraft.
4.
Then they made World of Warcraft. So if you wanted to play the MMO experience, you played World of Warcraft. Square Enix is like the only one who have done this, and it's like just completely unorganized. And I think it really did kind of screw up everybody.
Sebastian Dasco, I presume that is, sorry. It's not off topic at all. We're talking about Dissidia in this stream.
Yeah, we are just talking about Dissidia. We just kind of
went on a big
tangent.
segue. To answer your question, though, well, it's not a mainline game, but technically the Dissidia battle system has been incorporated into another system. We just don't get the game. So Opera Omnia in Japan, it's a mobile game, they incorporated the Dissidia mechanics into a turn-based battle system. So it uses the Brave and HP system, but it's all turn-based.
Mm-hmm. And it looks really cute. And I like all the characters that you can play as. You can play as Rem. You can play as like a bunch of the other characters from Final Fantasy Type 0. King, I think, is in it. And like Vivi's in it.
There's loads of characters in it. I think it's like 50
so
or 60,
many.
maybe more.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, Mario, based on what happened, I mean, obviously they were working on Nier Automata, but I would like imagine how good Dissidia NT could have been if Platinum did it.
Oh.
And that's no shade towards Team Ninja. I think Team Ninja are great. I love Ninja Gaiden. I used to really enjoy the Dead or Alive games, but I have a real soft spot for Platinum games. I think they're just the best.
Yeah. But I have a slight theory about it, about the whole experience. I think that there was a certain someone meddling.
I don't want to hear about your theories right now.
I know. I'm not interested in your politics.
While we're in the middle of the stream, if you're enjoying this chats and everything, please feel free to like the stream. Also, as Lauren mentioned, we have a giveaway going on at the moment. You can win some 30th anniversary plushies. That's for Patreon exclusive though, but we are allowing people to enter the giveaway by doing super chat within the stream. So at the bottom there is like a symbol with a $sign in it. It enables you to donate to the chat.
Yeah, we'll make a little note of
anyone who does donate to the super chat right now during the stream will be entered into the Patreon giveaway, where they can win. Have you got them down there? There's a Chocobo and a Moogle 30th anniversary plushies. Don't crinkle too much.
I'm sorry.
Too much crinkling. You get entered into the draw to win one of these guys. There's also the other giveaway where we're giving away a Christmas Moogle. And that's for anyone who is within the UK.
This is not the one that we're giving away. This is mine.
Broken.
His palm is supposed to be attached. Ali broke him. But we're not giving away this one. Don't worry. If you win, you will get a fresh new Moogle. And I swear it's not. It really isn't that flimsy. My child is just the destroyer.
Super strong.
She's a destroyer of toys. But yeah, no, it's really cute.
You can remove the Moogle from our presence.
I removed
now.
But yeah, okay. Well, there's a lot of stuff. Which of the Chocobros do we think could be in Dissidia? I mean, I'm kind of... I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that they do put in a Chocobro. But I really want Ignis.
I could see them doing Prompto.
I really want Ignis. I really like Ignis, and I just want him.
I can see them doing Prompto because there's not too many characters in Final Fantasy that use guns. At the moment, I don't think there's any that have been added. But I'm not too sure. Laguna is obviously going to be added in there.
Yeah. No, actually, I think you're right. Well, Ace, kind of. He throws cards. Kind of. But yeah, no, I think...
Yeah, if anyone has any questions about Super Chat, by the way, feel free to ask away.
Yes.
It is a confusing system if you're not used to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, what else did we want to talk about today, Lauren? Dissidia NT.
Oh my god. Oh, if they did Platinum Games with Legacy of Kain, oh, my head would explode. Basically, any major franchise with Platinum Games, I would just go...
Theme Hospital,
Platinum Games. You can throw syringes at people. You can sweep up that vomit.
Well, they
like
could do
the
Trauma
best of
Team,
them.
right? It's a modern.
Yeah. Oh, that would be sick.
It is quite funny, but the main conversation that anyone ever really seems to have about Dissidia NT is which characters they want to be in it that aren't currently in it.
Yeah.
And I think...
Oh, yeah, fun fact about Balthier. You have Nomura to thank about the fact that he's not in it.
Yeah.
You have Nomura to thank. Nomura apparently was just like, yo, so Vaughn, he's like the main character. Yeah, he's like the main character of Final Fantasy 12, isn't he? And they were just like, yeah, but Balthier is the best.
The other thing is
Balthier
that
is the favorite.
Nomura's like, I'm not really an expert in Final Fantasy 12, so like Vaughn's the main character, right? And they were just like, well, kind of. It's a bit up for debate as to who's the main character. Like,
and actually, that was thwarted as well. Somebody actually brought up the point that Ash actually could technically be the main character of 12 as well. But anyway, side note, continue.
Where was I? Oh yeah, and then they were like, well, Balthier like is a really good shout, and he'd be interesting because he's like uses guns and stuff. And then Nomura was like, yeah, but we already added Balthier into Final Fantasy Tactics, so we're having Vaughn. And so Vaughn was selected as the main character.
We could have had Balthier if it weren't for Nomura. And there's too much Balthier. There's never too much Balthier. He is the main character. Boom.
So says Lauren.
Oh, but yeah, no.
But yeah, so they could add Balthier. There's a good shout at them adding Balthier. But Gabrant's going to be put in before Balthier.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
I can't see Bash being added, I'm afraid.
I know. It would be great if they could just add.
Oh, thank you, Ashley.
Oh, thank you. Oh, wait, I can grab the other Moogle.
The other Moogle. They have a collection of Moogles down here.
He's celebrating.
Whee! He has a fuzzy chest.
He does. He has a fuzzy little, like, collar. Oh, Laguna, yes, Laguna.
Laguna's
and
gonna come in.
Sebastian, bye.
Bye, Sebastian.
It was nice having you. But yeah, have a good week as well. But yeah, no, I would. And Caius. I'm fangirling hard this episode, this FF chat.
I really, really want Caius to be added to the game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Zaz, yeah, because Zaz hasn't really gotten that much love.
Well, Sars is one of the first characters they added into Opera Omnia, so I think there's a good shout that he's going to be put in the Dissidia game at some point. The whole thing is that it's around... Well, they've said their two criteria are popularity and unique gameplay style.
Mm.
So...
He could have a chocobo pop out of his head. Like, what's cooler than that? And then Chocolina just appear and be like, choco, choco, choco! And then you just be like, oh, you're dead.
Chocobalina!
Chocobalina! Sold. I think we should design this game, actually. I think that we would make...
Right, let's hit up Judy Nathanson
we would make the
see
best
if she's been recording any voice lines.
Dissidia game ever. Because I would just have Chocobalina running around.
I think they should put Chocolina in the game anyway, just in the shop or as a merchant or something.
World of Final Fantasy was so great for putting her in. She was just so cute.
Well, she can exist anywhere. She's timeless.
I know, she is timeless. Little Chocobalina. Barrett would be cool, actually. Cool. That would be a good shout.
I think this thing, like, there are so many characters that Final Fantasy has thousands of characters. Obviously, not thousands of main characters, but there's thousands of characters, and like
Dave.
Dave. Put in Dave, the most
or
useless
Kenny.
guy ever.
Oh, if they on April Fool's Day did Kenny the Crow, I would so play as Kenny the Crow. I would. They could
add. Well, they could add him as an outfit for Noctis at least.
I know. Oh, that would be brilliant.
No, they've said that they're not going to do Zack as a skin. They've pretty much said that Zack is going to be in there. Oh, thank you, Madeline.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, no. Emilio, yes. The girl who frequently swears. And yeah, no, she would be awesome.
If you are entering via a super chat, please send us a message so that we get your email address so we can let you know if you won or not.
Yes. Yes, send it to us privately, obviously. We can keep it on the DL.
I think Kenny, weirdly enough, was one of the best things about Final Fantasy 15.
Kenny the Crow.
And I don't think they even expected it at all.
No.
Not even slightly.
Not even remotely. I would love more Type 0 characters.
Well,
I think like someone like Kurasame just doesn't get enough love.
I think from what I remember with Opera Omnia, they've added in King and they've also added in Cater.
Cater's cool.
Kristen Klabunde.
I know.
I really love Cater's voice.
She's so sweet.
On that note,
Red 13 would be interesting.
Red 13 would be mental.
Or like Kimari, like somebody, an animal character.
There's no way. There is literally no way that they will ever add in Kimari. I think during the Q&A where they asked Katase about whether they would be returned to turn base, someone asked like, did anyone ever find a use for Kimari?
Oh no. Oh, Ferris I would love too. And Celeste, Celeste.
I think Katase said something like, well, actually, Kimari's very useful.
Yeah.
Really? Is he? He actually does the most damage of any character in the game.
He does. Nova does the most damage.
But, yeah.
But alas. Gilgamesh would be cool.
Gilgamesh is going to be added. He's an old character.
Like, they have to have some, like, specialty characters, like Gilgamesh. Like, the sort of, like, Kuma bear in Tekken. Like, they have to have some, like, throwaway characters in there. Just for shiggles.
I think C3 is surprisingly popular. I think like we did a video just over a year ago where I talked about antagonists I wanted to add in. And I think from what I remember, I had Seymour, I had Sifa, I had Sid from Final Fantasy 12 instead of Vayne because I thought it would be more interesting.
Yeah, video would be cool.
If they added in Balthier and Sid would be perfect. Because while Vayne does make sense from he's the main bad guy. They basically said that one of the main criteria they wanted to select with the villains based on was just not the fact that they're the main bad, because otherwise you end up with Yevon and you end up with Necron, and like it just doesn't make any sense. But then again, like they added in Ultimecia, and I don't know, they kind of contradict themselves a lot. But
Oren.
Sifa makes sense to me.
Yoshimitsu. Yeah.
Hey, they could even add in Ryu Hayabusa because obviously he's Ninja Gaiden.
I do love Yoshimitsu.
I
used
think
to
they
love going underground and then popping up and attacking people.
And also stabbing yourself.
Yeah, and also
The
stabbing yourself
suicide
and just going, I'm dead. Oh, Tekken. Tekken was brilliant.
I can see Sora being added in though for
2B would be
would be good too. Yeah,
that would be really boss.
Pain was another one.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can see them adding Genesis as well, even though
Yeah.
that angers people.
I think it would be good though.
But yeah, I think they can add a lot of different people in.
Yeah.
But no, I think that K7TZ, they've said in numerous interviews that Zack would use the Buster Sword, but he would use it in a very different way to Cloud, which to me suggests that he's not going to be a skin. Like he's going to be an actual character.
Although, I mean, like, with that being said, like, they have skins in League of Legends that sort of change dramatically.
Well, they don't change the playstyle. They change, like,
Not
the
really.
animations and stuff.
Yeah. So maybe they do that, but I don't know. Yeah, Vincent would be a good shout.
Maybe next week or the week after, we should literally just have a 1 hour stream of people just saying, which character do you want to be added into Dissidia NT?
And then I will try and reenact how they would come in.
And then we'll just be like, yeah, that sounds great. That's every
Yeah.
single character sounds amazing. They should just
Yeah.
count every single character. We should. I mean, they did say that they wanted to have 50 characters eventually, but then they went over that and said they wanted to have more than 50
Like,
characters.
what if they added, like, Nyx as well? Like, Nyx as a skin
Nyx
for
could
Noctis.
be a good one. I'm sure that Liam Mulvey would be more than thrilled if they added in Libertas as well.
Aw, thank you, Perfect Knot. Queena. Oh, could we just run around the map and just eat people?
You just fork people.
Yeah. Eat.
And then again, there's also the potential that they could add in like Moombas and Tomberries.
And Moogles.
Well, Mog is a legitimate character
He is.
in 2 games.
He is. He would just do his little dance. And then everybody would just be like, I'm getting hurt now. Okay. just the dance. I'll reenact it that way.
Great, thanks for that, Lauren. But thank you, Perfect Knot. Thank you so much for donating, and we are going to continue to keep up the good work.
But yes, on top of that, like, everybody, for people saying Renoa, I think I saw MCR Charlotte saying, hi, saying Renoa. Like, oh, imagine if they did have a game that was similar to Dead Fantasy. Like, I think they should just watch Dead Fantasy and be like, you know, this is what you gotta do. Like, the combat in Dead Fantasy is just looks so cool. You know, you had
Benevelsa.
Oh my god. Orphan. Just have Orphan being like, ugh.
Well, I mean, they could technically try and add him in the summons. I don't know. Yes, Zack is in Opera Omnia. He is in there. So technically that's another hint towards him being a character.
Oh, Garnet as well.
And Lulu.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Aiko is in Opera Omnia.
By focusing so much on the main characters of each game, they really do leave out a lot of the really good female characters that are interesting.
But I guess it's like that catch-22, isn't it? Because obviously they want to sell the product. And and we've seen a similar thing with the playouts, right? They, instead of like branching out into more of the lesser characters with the playouts, they just keep announcing new versions of Cloud or Sephiroth
it's
or
also
Vincent.
It's also because if the game came out and it had a bunch of characters that weren't the main character, you know that the first thing that people are going to say
Where's
is,
Cloud?
Where's Cloud?
Where's Sephiroth?
Dane? Where's this? Where is that? Like, you just know that that's going to happen. So it's a shame because, like, yeah, it would mean that that not everybody's favorite character is the main character of the game.
Oh, Benevel's would be great as well. I was literally just watching the cutscene. It's just going like, Pulse, aid me. Lindsay, aid me.
But yes, definitely rest in peace, Monty. He was brilliant.
Caius was awesome for so many levels.
Mm-hmm.
He is the definition of misunderstood.
Also because he's voiced by Liam O'Brien.
Yes. And we need the trifecta, remember?
Yeah.
We need to have Kane, we need to have Caius, and we need to have Red 13. So there'll be 3 Liam O'Brien characters in the same
Although
game.
I think we found out that World of Final Fantasy has I don't know. Is Liam O'Brien, what's his name? Warrior of Light in World of Final Fantasy?
I don't think so.
Oh no, it's not. Oh,
he may play someone else in World of Final Fantasy.
Do. Well, he did play Kane, didn't he?
He may also be someone in Type 0.
Nope, he's not in it. That's like one game that he's not in.
He may be someone in Type 0.
I don't know. I don't think so. It would be nice if he was.
Liam, Ali Hillis snuck into to Type 0 as Amina. I think it is. That's her name.
Oh, Aranea would be so cool.
And Liam O'Brien's in there. What are you finding?
Let's see. Liam. Nope.
No Liams.
No Liams. Although, wait, I didn't check the full cast on. Let me check the full cast.
Yeah, I think with Renoa and Angelo, they could easily just have Angelo as her EX attack or something like that.
Yeah, he is. He's in Kiru.
See, I told you.
Liam O'Brien's at everything. Who's in Keto?
He's the guy that you. I'm pretty sure he's the guy that you take the Lassie crystals to.
Oh, the scientist guy?
No, the Lassie crystals that you find, and he gives you stories about the Lassie people that died.
Oh.
Either that, or
that
he
guy.
is. I think he's that guy. Anyone remember who Enkidu is from Type 0? I'm pretty sure he's the guy who you give the Lassie crystals to, and you get a bit of backstory.
No, it's this guy. Oh wait, no, that's Gilgamesh. Who are you?
He could also be the previous
It's this
Lassie.
guy, apparently.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm clearly looking at the picture as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Last Cast, did you miss anything? Well, we had a very long half-an-hour conversation about Dissidia NT. We talked about the story. We talked about our gripes with the combat. The one thing we didn't talk about, and I'm going to say, everyone liked the stream if you're enjoying it first before I talk about this one thing we didn't talk about. The load times.
Yeah.
Whoa, what
Yeah.
happened there? Like, I think I checked the stats, and on average, my online games lasted 2 minutes.
Yep.
And we timed it. I spent more time waiting between the matches than I did in the actual matches. And some of the matches lasted like 30 seconds to 60 seconds. And then you've got we're waiting for players to get out of the game. And then we've got to sit in the lobby until everyone connects. Then we've got to say we want to fight. And then we've got the screen where it tells you that it's trying to find people, but it doesn't really actually allude to the fact it's finding people. Then it finds the people. Then you've got another like 10 to 20 seconds until it adds them to the actual match. And then you go into the next screen where you see the people you're against. And then you've got the preamble where the different teams are squaring off against each other and saying something. Then you actually get into the fight. Like, why did they have to make it so complicated? Because, like, if it was like we were discussing it when I was playing with Barry, like if they made it so that like it was best of 3, or like you actually had more of a consistent fight, or they rotated the teams around between the 6 that you're in, that would make it more interesting, and it would make it so that it felt more worthwhile. But the load times are just so ridiculous that I don't know, like, yeah, it's going to be patchable. I feel they have to, but why did they not fix it in the first place? Like, why does it need to be a patchable thing? They've had like what, 2 years to work on it. Like, how did they not figure out that the load time is just not nice?
Yeah.
That's something that really bugged me about stuff. It bugged me. Apparently it didn't bug you. You're not getting very passionate about it.
I know. Well, yeah, but you know.
I guess you didn't play too many games, did you, online?
Not significantly. No, no. I played
Honestly,
more
though,
of
the first time I tried to do
more of the tournament, the gauntlets.
I tried to do a solo ranked game, and I thought the game had crashed. Like it just did so. It just sat on the screen, and I think this was the night it came out. So like, there's bound to be people playing this game that I could be matched up with, but it took like 5+ minutes to do anything. So I actually had to I thought it had crashed.
Ooh, the stages we want. Let's see which stages are in there already.
Which is the stage that I've really liked playing so far?
They all kind of melt into one, really. I think the Final Fantasy X stage is quite cool. Besaid is quite cool. So you have Cornelia, which is kind of like the generic basic one. Pandemonium, the Floating Continent, Lunar.
I've really liked playing the Promised Meadow, and I really like Besaid as well. I think those two are probably my favorite.
Yeah, Besaid is nice. I think Eden is kind of fun as well. I liked fighting around Eden. I think that one's really cool.
Actually, yeah, Hicks is 34. I can't remember if it was recently, but I think someone asked them a question like, and they asked about something taking 2 years, and I think the response from Square Enix was, 2 years is a long time. And they were just like, it's not.
Yeah, I don't think I've played in the Promised Meadow yet.
It's a really nice stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it changes. I'm pretty sure it changes as you go through the fight.
Oh, I want to play that one now.
It's a nice stage. What's been everyone's favorite summon? To be honest, I haven't really noticed what the summons do. I know it tells you what they actually do, but I've just
Which one have you unlocked anymore?
I think it's dependent on the character you use.
I don't know, because I unlocked Odin to start with, because you have one to start with, and then I unlocked Shiva.
Well, I mean, Shiva and Odin are generally in there the most. I've had Ramu appear, I've had Alexander, I've had Leviathan, and I've had Ifrit appear, but they're less common.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you unlock them.
I think you unlock them by playing the game, don't you?
That's really descriptive. Thank you.
Yeah, that's true. They don't have Insomnia yet. I wonder. I do wonder which area they will choose. Watch them choose episode like the Dusk Sky region.
Yeah, just something.
Something generic. But no, I think it would be cool if they did Insomnia, or if they did like a sort of broken down Alticia, like during the Leviathan fight.
Mario, honestly, with the way that Dissidia is working, I don't think it's really set up to work as an esport or it's something like Evo.
I feel like they're gonna try,
but I think they'd have to change how it works, because, like, obviously with those kind of tournaments, it's best of something, and it's like a consistent thing. It's like if you're playing like Street Fighter or Overwatch was just going on, like there is a best of such and such. There's rounds that you play, whereas in this it's one round, you're done, and then you've got to reset, and then you've got to go back in. So if they are going, it's not going to be a very good spectator sport, because a match can last like 30 seconds, and then you have to then wait until everything gets set up again before you can play the next one. It's not like, okay, that lasted 30 seconds and now we're straight into the next match, and then when it's the next match, like they're gonna have to do something around that. I think if they can sort out the smoothness, I just think, because it's really hard to figure out what's going on even if you are playing. I'm not too sure how they would do it.
Yeah, it would be difficult. How the summons work basically is that you have like a summoning core, isn't it, that you have to defeat in the level. Like it shows up randomly, and you have to hit that, and then you have to hold down, if your team managed to secure one, you can hold down the button to summon for the match.
Yeah, and you can all kind of combine to make it quicker.
And yeah, so then your summon comes down, they do a little opening, and then they just kind of do like a massive amount of attacks, and like everybody else kind of said, they have like buffs, some of them, and that sort of thing. And like for the people on the receiving end, you just get hit with a load of stuff as the summons fly around. A lot of the times you don't even get to see the summons like actually running around because you're just so focused on trying to escape. But yeah, it's interesting.
Before we sign off, guys, I think I'm just doing a last call for anyone who wants to contribute to Super Chat. As mentioned, if you donate something right now from the Super Chat, then you'll get entered into the giveaway to win our 30th anniversary plushies that we're giving away. But if not, is there anything else people want us to discuss for like next 5-10 minutes? I think we can stick around for a little bit longer.
Yeah,
maybe.
I'll get the Discord link again for anybody who's new to the chat and wants to join our Discord to talk about Dissidia and stuff.
I think it's really. I think like Dissidia coming out is because it's such a different type of game. It is really good for the community because it's something that has a persistent presence. Like there's going to be people that continue to play it, and there's going to be communities that form around it. It's not like the other game, like the main series games. It's such a completely different experience. And yeah, like there's always going to be I really hope they had this character, or I hope they had that character. And as we talked about before, if you are planning on getting Dissidia NT when it comes out, or you've got the open beta now, if you join, thank you, Maestrohan. Maestrohan.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, like if you're planning on if you want to play with people, if you want to find people to play with in Dissidia NT, you want to set up parties or anything like that, then join the Discord channel. We have a specific channel set up for Dissidia, so you can just find people, and like with us guys, it's gonna be safe. You're gonna be playing with good people.
But
you may even get to play with one of us if we actually have the time to play it.
I do agree. The 72 Rebirth, like it doesn't really encourage you to join each other, really, does it? Like if you have teammates who you really like it doesn't feel like it really encourages you to ask them to play. Like you just kind of feel like, okay, thanks, bye. Like the things happen so fast.
And who are LMFAO? No, LMAO. Yeah, Lauren and I take part in the Discord. That's why we set the channel up. Like we set up Discord so that we can talk to you guys on a more regular basis, because like it's quite hard obviously to interact outside of these live chats with the community. And we try to reply to comments on our videos, but yeah, like if Discord is the easiest way to talk to us,
and
we
how
talk
you
about
can join
about
Discord.
everything on there.
I mean, if you aren't familiar with Discord, basically what you can do is you can go to the Discord website, you download it, and then you make your own username and stuff, and then you use the link that I've sent, and then you can join the. I mean,
Discord's basically like a better version of Skype, essentially.
Yeah. It's like a forum. It's like a forum type thing.
Yeah, it's just like a chat room, essentially, where you can have fun and moderate and talk about Final Fantasy or other things, or yeah. I
mean, I will be honest though, Daryl and I share our account on Dissidia.
Yes, we do.
Because I'm not paying for 2 PlayStation Pluses.
Why not?
I'm not doing that. Oh. I'm not. So if you want to play with us, you have to play with 1.
Yeah.
Because I'm cheap. I also can't get another PlayStation 4 as well. Well, not at the moment.
Also true. We'd have to have 2 copies of the game.
I know. It's hard when you're in a relationship with somebody who's a gamer. And you're a gamer yourself.
It is.
And you're into the same games.
Also, it is very hard.
It is very difficult.
All right, guys. I think with that, talking about our woes, we're gonna end the chat there. I think.
Yeah.
It was really great to be back. Great welcome back to 2018. Obviously, Dissidia NT comes out in 2 weeks' time ish. So our next live chat may well be about Dissidia NT again, and we can have another hour talking about which character we want to see in the game.
And stages.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. As Lauren mentioned, there's a Discord chat you can join. We've also got a Facebook group if you spend time on Facebook. Braden, who writes a lot of our news coverage, keeps everyone up to date. Keeps everyone up to date there with what's going on in the Final Fantasy multiverse of games. Who talks about Brave Exvius, Mobius, Dissidia, Final Fantasy 15 updates, like whatever it is, he has you guys covered. And obviously we have other chats on there that take place on a more regular basis in terms of like polls and memes and all that kind of stuff. If Lauren could share the Facebook group now.
I can share the Facebook group.
That would be very good. That would be very good.
I'm sharing it right now.
And yeah, if you could throw us a like before you leave, that would be much appreciated too.
Look at me share it. Look at me share it.
Thank you so much for joining, guys. And we will see you in probably 2 weeks' time.
Oh no, it doesn't let me try. Dang it.
What have you done?
It won't let me do it because I put the S in or something. Hate my life. No, I don't.
Alright, guys. While Lauren's doing this, it will get in the chat. But we'll see you guys, in about a fortnight. Bye!
Bye!